Hey guys, today I'll be teaching you guys on how to make a glass bridge system in Roblox Studio. So if I hit run, you will be seeing some glass pieces red in color, and that means that these glass planks are not safe to stand upon. So now these white planks are safe to go. However, if you go in a red colored plank, you will fall down and you will die. So what here is happening is that if you touch a red colored glass plank, your walk speed becomes 0 and your jump power becomes 0 as well. As a result, you won't be able to escape and then you die from the kill brick. So let's get right into it. Alright guys, so first things first, what you're going to be doing is you're going to first create these frames, these glass frames for the glass bridge. And here there are going to be three parts, three one-studded parts, and there are also going to be three parts that are connecting the other three one-studded parts, and they're basically be connected to a really big part in the corners. And yes, this is how our base of the bridge is going to be. Alright, so now after all of this, after building your frames and the hedges, the hedge parts, what we're going to be doing now is we're going to create the glass. So here I'll just add a part and I'll anchor this part. And I'm going to resize it to 9. Wait, let me just put it over here. Let me put the glass parts right over here. And yeah, so this is going to be our size of the glass. And now we're going to duplicate this and put this exact same glass part on the other side. So this is going to be our glass part, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to get these two parts and then we're going to put Control G to make it a model, and we're going to rename this model to glass pair. You can put whatever name you want, but I'm just going to put it as glass pair. And you can have as much glass pairs as you want depending upon the length of the bridge, but I'll just put it probably like 5 or 6 or something. So, and also make sure that the space between these glass pairs is around 7 studs. I think that's the best amount. That's the ideal distance, around 7 studs between each and every glass pair. All right, let's go. Oh yeah, it's extending. All right, so now we've created our glass pairs, and now what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna group every single part and all the glass pairs. We're gonna select all of them, and we're gonna put Control Alt G so that they all get grouped into a folder. And we're gonna rename this folder to Glass Bridge folder. All right, so now we have our glass pairs and we have our other parts inside this glass bridge folder. Now what we're going to be doing is we're going to create a script under the glass bridge folder. We're just going to name it as glass bridge manager. All right, so now what we're going to be doing is we're going to first loop through this glass bridge folder using for I, v in pairs loop by simply typing oh wait, before that we'll get the folder, which is local glass bridge folder equals script.parent. And now we're going to get every single instance or every single object inside of this glass bridge folder by simply typing for I, v in pairs glass bridge folder get children. So what get children does is that it gets every single item inside of this folder and puts it as a table. And that's what it's going to do. And we're just going to put do and enter, and yeah. So after using this loop, now we're going to check if any instance's name equals glass pair, because not every single instance has the name glass pair, and we specifically want to loop through all the glass pairs inside of this folder. So we're going to check if v.name equals glass pair. And we're gonna put that. All right, so after looping through all the glass pairs, we don't want to loop on all the parts. We only want to loop through the glass pairs. In other words, these tiny little models where our glass pieces are being stored. We only want to loop through them. We don't want to loop through these parts. All right, so after looping through these glass pair models, what we're going to be doing is we're going to we're going to make any random part in the glass pair dangerous. All right, so there are two parts. We want to get any random part. We're going to make any random part that is dangerous. All right, so how do we do that? What we do is we first create a glass pair table by simply typing local glass pair table equals v colon get children. All right, so what this does is that it gets both the glass parts as a table. So this is going to return as a table, like for example, maybe part comma part, because all of the glass parts names are in parts. So it's going to be like this. It's going to return as a table, right? And that's the reason why we're getting using get children to return these glass parts as a table. Okay, so now from this table, we want to get a random glass part. So how do we do that? What we do is we first create a random index by simply typing local random index, and that is going to be equal to math dot random 1 comma 2. So the reason why we're putting 1 comma 2 is there are only two parts in every glass pair. Well, there could also be three. I mean, glass bridges are mostly they only have two glass pieces, but if your glass bridge has three, then you can basically put three if you want, but in this case, it's going to be two. So here it's going to return a random number between 1 and 2. Returns 1 or 2. So after that, after getting a random number between 1 and 2, we're going to get the random part from this table by simply typing local random dangerous glass. And this is going to be equal to glass pair table and brackets random index. So what this does is it gets a random part from the glass pair model, and we're going to make the random part dangerous to step one. So how do we make it dangerous is that after getting the random dangerous glass part, what we're going to be doing is we're going to add a connection by simply typing a touch connection, which is random dangerous glass dot touch colon connect, and we're going to put function. Oh, my bad. My God. And yeah, function, and we're going to put hit as a parameter. So now hit is going to be the other part, and I'm going to check if the part that is being touched is a character by simply typing local humanoid equals hit dot parent colon find first child, and we're going to put as humanoid. Okay, so what this does is it checks if the part that is being touched is a character. And if the part that's being touched is a character, then what we're going to do is we want to change the humanoid's walk speed to 0. We don't want the player to be able to walk after touching the parts. And after that, we're going to put humanoid dot jump power equals 0 as well, because we don't want the player to be able to jump as well. And last but not least, we want to destroy the dangerous glass, right? So we're going to put random dangerous glass colon destroy. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So what we're doing is we're getting a we're looping through all the glass pairs inside of the glass bridge folder. And then what we're doing is we're putting all the parts inside of the glass pair as a table. And then what we're doing is we're getting a random index which is between 1 or 2. Or here you can also put it as hashtag glass pair table. I think that's slightly better than 2. And after getting a random index, we are getting a random glass part from this table by simply typing glass part table. This is a table and this is the random index. And this returns a random glass part. And and then what we're going to be doing is we are uh, doing a connection. We are attaching a touch connection to this random dangerous glass, and then we're checking if the humanoid touched the glass or not. If the humanoid touch the glass, then humanoid's walk speed and humanoid's jump power becomes 0, and the random glass gets destroyed. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So now, okay, so what we can also do is we can change the brick color of the glass to maybe red, right? So we'll just put it over here, random dangerous glass dot brick color equals brick color dot red. All right, so after that, if we go and hit play, oh yeah, my bad. I have to change my spawn location over there. So if I come on here, come over here and hit play, and as you can see, the dangerous glass parts are being colored in red. So if I touch a red glass part, you will basically fall down. And yeah, you can also have a kill brick underneath the glass bridge, and then if you touch it and you basically die. So yeah, it's pretty much it. This is pretty much how you create a glass bridge system. And what else you can do is you could maybe change the material of these parts to something like glass instead of plastic. So if we select all these parts and if we go to material, and I can change the material of these parts to something like glass, and you can also change the transparency to something a bit higher, like 0.4 or something. And yeah, and also you don't really want these parts to be red in color. I've just made it red so that you guys can see how this glass bridge is working. But in the real game, you don't really want this to be red, so you can maybe indent this statement if you want. And yeah, it's pretty much what you can do. And then you can also add a kill brick underneath it, and if the players fall on that kill brick, that player is basically gonna die. Alright guys, one more thing you can do is you can add a glass breaking sound effect. And the way you do is you basically go to the toolbox, which is right over here, or if you can't see it, what I'd suggest is that you go to the home tab, which is right over here, and you click this toolbox button, which is right over here. And if you click it, you'll be able to see the toolbox. And then what you can do is you could click this audio button, and we're going to be searching as glass breaking sound. And if I hit enter, you will be able to see a lot of glass breaking sounds. That's really loud. But yeah, I guess this also kind of works. So I'm just going to click on insert. And what you can do is you can put this sound inside of sound service, which is right at the last over here. And you can also rename this to something like glass breaking sound. And you can just, and then what we're going to be doing is we're going to go back to the script and we're going to get the sound by simply typing local glass breaking sound equals game dot sound service dot glass breaking sound. And if the humanoid, okay, so after getting the glass breaking sound, we're going to simply come over here and we're gonna play the glass breaking sound by simply typing glass breaking sound colon play. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If a player touches the dangerous glass piece, the glass breaking sound plays, and the player basically falls down. So what you can also do is you could also go to the sound properties and maybe increase or decrease the volume. Over here, I'm just simply going to put it to 0.25 or maybe 0.3 because that was way too loud. And now if I hit run, oh yeah, so yeah, me. Okay, I was supposed to fall, but this block kind of blocked my way to falling, so I guess I'll put this at the back of it. Yeah, yep, that's much better. Ideally, want this to be farther, kind of far from the Squid Game bridge, glass bridge, or else you'll survive. All right, so now if I come here, phew, yay! Oh, I fell. And yeah, that's how you can add sounds to make your glass bridge much better. Alright guys, thank you so much guys for watching this video. I really hope that this video gave a pretty valuable insight as to how glass bridge systems work in Roblox Studio. And I'll see you guys in the next recording.